God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen.
Okay, one of the most well-received games here and one of the best surprises of E3 has been ZombiU. And we're here with Gabrielle, lead writer and designer, and I believe you were coming off Rayman Origins.
Absolutely.
Rayman Origins to this. That's a bit of a leap.
That's the way I like it.
But let us, what is ZombiU and what should players expect to see here on the E3 show floor?
ZombiU is a terrifying, terrifying new survival horror FPS, and it is built from the ground up to make the best use of the new gamepad from the Wii U. It is completely exclusive, so we are completely focused on using the two screens to create twice the fear, and it really does. People have been literally jumping out of their skins. We play as a survivor. It takes place in London 2012. Of course, an outbreak of epic proportions, plague-like proportions. It's a really cool mix of the zombie genre and also the apocalyptic genre, because this was foretold. So there's also a really rich storyline, but essentially today the most important thing is to know that you play as a survivor, but when you die, you die. You become one of them. And then you have to come back and play as a second survivor and go and mercy kill the guy who's now wearing your bug out bag, in order to get all your stuff back. And you will lose your skills. So the core of the concept is, how long will you survive?
My God, and with the skill section you mentioned there, what sort of skills are we talking? Are we talking weaponry or a bit more?
Yes, absolutely. So as a survivor, you can choose your own weaponry. It's slow-paced, intense. You have to master your environment. You know, we're back to the old school feel of the way it felt, and it's the fact that you have this ultimate survival kit in your hands, but it's like, you know, in the zombie movies when you're shitting around looking in your bag and you're looking for keys, and it's all in real time, so they just keep coming at you.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. That was the great thing to see at the Nintendo conference, where you're looking down, especially like on key codes on doors, and having to look down. You guys must have had a great time spitballing some ideas for that.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of ideas, and absolutely terrifying. It's just incredible. But we give you very magnanimously this all-in-one survival kit, and it's got an environmental scanner, so you can make sure that you're getting as much loot as you can, because you're going to need it. They're few and far between. It's also used as, you've got scopes on your crossbow, and we do everything from your basic handgun, where you start and you're very dominated, to become really the predator by the end. You have SA-80s and all kinds of automatic weaponry, some turrets and stuff.
How's the structure of the game? Is it mission-based levels? Is it a more open world system? How does that work?
It's a mission system, but what's incredibly interesting about the game is that it's persistent. So when you die with your first survivor, not only do you have to go and confront your former survivor as a zombie, but the LD completely changes. You don't see the same things, because, you know, Fright is all about timing. So if you see the same guy going boo and jumping out at the right time, then it doesn't make sense. So we really take people by surprise. When you go back into a map, the zombies have come back. You know, the new survivor took a couple minutes to get back, sometimes a day, and everything changes.
And why London? Was the Jubilee just a lovely little coincide? Because that song is haunting and beautiful, and I feel that should be the new national anthem for us lot.
Oh man, I can't tell you how excited we are to be in London. We happen to absolutely adore that city. I'm a huge fan of the city. We walked from end to end and tried to find the best settings. We're going to be playing inside Buck Palace. We may even get a little glimpse at her Madge.
Zombified Madge?
We'll leave that for a surprise. And also the Tower of London is one of the other major environments that we'll be in, and East London, where you see where the residents have been completely left to themselves in a world without the rule of law. It's gone world. The shit has definitely hit the fan, and you're going to be all alone out there, except for the voice of the prepper, who is a hardcore survivalist who speaks to you through the WePad on a ham radio, and he's your guide, your mentor, and he's the one that's going to give you motivation to keep you alive, because you need to hear the sound of a human voice. It's incredibly weird when you're walking around a zombified, just complete apocalypse, and to be alone. So this guy's really your anchor, and the reason that sort of keeps you going throughout this horrifying experience.
And what's the overarching storyline for it? I mean, zombie movies these days, zombie movies have sort of taken that percent where it always focuses on the survivors and they leave the actual reasoning and the explanations for the outbreak completely alone. It's up to the player's imagination or the watcher's imagination. How have you tackled that with ZombiU?
Yes, well, of course I agree with Romero that they're allegory, you know. We like to think of it as the fact that after having consumed the rest of the planet's resources, there's nothing left but to eat each other, right? but there actually is a storyline because we use John Dee. If you've ever heard of him, he is a revealed and reviled magus. He was actually Queen Elizabeth I's wizard. And he was also the first cryptographer and the first spy. He actually signed 007 was his signature, that I Am Flame inspired him. And so he is the English Nostradamus, and he has predicted the happening of the last great plague in London, which is reminiscent of what happened in the mid-17th century. So we play on that comparison between the Black Plague and what's going on now, and there might possibly be a cure. You'll be able to go into the bunkers of Buckingham Palace and encounter a royal doctor, who's one of the household doctors, who's doing his best to try and fight, trying to find either a cure or a vaccine or something. And as a player, you'll be indispensable to him to try and progress his research. And you'll have to go around the city and scan different zombies for their different antibodies and try to help him to develop the famous panacea.
A lot more to it than just pure survival. Well, when can players get their hands on with it? Is this going to be a launch title for Wii U?
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll be out with the launch.
Listen, I think that's all I've got time for. Thank you very much indeed for the time. It goes without saying I'm looking forward to playing it.
Thanks, man. Thanks, huh?
May she defend